Okay, the first thing that the bird here is a fresh bird. It's been sitting in cold water for 3 days now. And the next thing I'm gonna do is start the brine, but I have to empty out this water, wash off the bird real quick, take out the giblets, and then start with the brine. Good about this, you got the neck there, you got a nice sized liver, the heart. On the heart here, it looks really strong. We make this part of the what we use as far as the gravy, and so that and cut that all up and make that part of it be really, really good as well. So next we're gonna do, we're gonna put together everything here. We got our measuring cup, of course. We got our Morton salt. We got about 7 different oranges. We got our garlic here, our ginger. We've got our sprigs, which are sage, rosemary, and thyme. We got a gallon of apple cider. We got some apple cider vinegar. And we're gonna mix all that up together, and I'll show you here in a little bit how this happens. We're first gonna start with this apple cider vinegar and pour it in the pot and get that going. This apple cider vinegar, now we're gonna pour it right here in the pot. The whole gallon's gonna be poured here in the pot. And we're gonna warm that up. And then after that, we're gonna add our kosher salt and a little water to the mixture as well. We wanna heat this up nice and warm so it starts mixing up everything. We'll add our brown sugar as well too. Okay, next what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 1 cup here of kosher salt and then 1 cup of brown sugar to make sure it dissolves in and gives it a nice flavor. So we'll pour this right into the brine here with the apple cider vinegar. And then we're gonna take this fully packed brown sugar, also add that to the brine as well. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that and start stirring that up all together so that it mixes really well into the brine, heats up, it gets everything going. And then we'll move on next. I'm going to show you how we're going to throw in the ginger and how we're doing the garlic and how we add that to the brine as well with the oranges. What we're going to do is we're going to take this garlic here and this garlic I have here in front of me. We're going to take all this, we're going to smash this garlic just to give it the flavor that it wants to get. So we're going to smash that up, give it the flavor, start getting that flavor and the garlic to come out in the brine. And then we're going to slice up all this ginger here to give it nice flavor as well with the oranges. Then we'll put in there as well. Now that we got all this all done, now we got the oranges, we've got all the ginger there, and we got the garlic. We're gonna mix it all together, all right? Because we're gonna take our bird over here and take that 22.5-pound bird. And the reason why I used 6-7 oranges, because it's needed flavor. And if you were doing ½ pound, like if you're doing a 13 pounds, 12-pound turkey, use half of the ginger. There's only be a handful, it's more than, it's like 2 handfuls of ginger. And then we have about 8 cloves of garlic. And what we're gonna do now is take the cider off the stove and put in this paint bucket here that I bought from Home Depot. Shout out to Home Depot. And then we'll cover it up and I'll show you how that gets done next. Got that brine all here in the paint bucket. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a little water here, just to add a little water to the brine so it kind of cools it off, but also because I want the turkey to be covered after I put the ice up on top. So let's throw some of that water right on top of there. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my garlic here that's in my hand and my ginger. Got that right there, add it all in there. Add all that in there. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna do is add my oranges. I got my oranges here. Put all the oranges in there. I leave out 5 or 6. I'll tell you why here in a second. But I get all those there in the brine to mix all together. Okay, so now I got all that in there. And I'm going to add the turkey next, and I'll show you how I add the sprigs. What I'm going to do is add my oranges here right into the bird as well. I'm going to stick that right in there before I add my sprigs. And I throw a couple pieces of ginger in there as well. And now I'm going to take I got my rosemary here. I'm gonna stuff that right in there in the bird. Get it all in there. Stuff it all in there so it gives it nice flavor. Get that all deep inside there. And I'm gonna grab now the thyme. Throw the thyme in there. Get it all stuffed in that bird because we want to get that flavor soak inside from the inside out with everything in there. And then finally, I'm gonna take my sage. Sage always has that nice, I always say that marijuana smell, but again, it adds again flavor, mixing it all together. Again, stuffed it way deep down inside as far as it can go in this 22-pound turkey. So we got everything in there now, and now we're gonna add it to the brine. All right, now what I'm gonna do is take this 22-pound turkey. I gotta get it here in the brine. I'm gonna stuff it right here in the brine slowly. Get those wings in there. Make sure everything is in there, and make sure it goes all over that turkey. See how that goes all over that turkey? All that juice gets inside the turkey with everything going inside there. And after this, what I'm gonna do is put the ice on top, and we'll be ready to cover up and get our ice up on top. The reason why I put the ice up on top, because again, this mixture is warm. We wanna keep the bird cool, and then later on, I'll add a little bit more ice to it later on. We're gonna push this down now inside, so it keeps that bird nice and cool all day, and I'll add some more ice later to it, but it's ice cold in there now, and I'll keep that bird to brine this over 24 hours, and then I'll show you tomorrow how we take it out, but this is how you do your brine for your turkey. I'll post what all the directions are, and we'll go from there.